Good afternoon, my fabulous saxophone players at YOLA, and welcome to Saxophone Corner again, and where we talk about what happened last week and then take a assessment of what we think is going to happen this week. So first, let's talk about last week. Absolutely amazing, right? It was you guys had an amazing performance, first of all. What I liked about my favorite part of the performance was your sound. As you know, that's my main thing with you guys. It's sound, 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 sound. I care about how you sound. And I want you to care about how you sound. What you sound matters more. How you sound matters more than everything else you can do. It matters more than fingering. It matters more than playing fast. It matters more than the song you play. What that sounds like matters the most. And so a key part of sound we know is mouthpiece, and we're working on that. And they will look like this. This when they come in, they will look like this. So let me be clear, I haven't yet to order them. We're still trying to work some things out with the mouthpiece company, and then we'll see how that goes. But it will look kind of like this. This is my new one for my alto. It's blue and orange, and so you see it comes already with a little pad and came in this little bag, in this little box. So as you can see, Saloy, it says mouthpiece designed and manufactured in France. So that should tickle you a little bit, Saloy. But yeah, this is my new alto mouthpiece, and I'll start playing that on Monday to see how that works, and then see what I would recommend for you guys to the mouthpiece company. My mouth is not moving well this morning. And then once we get that stuff ironed out, we'll see about the mouthpieces. What else is important about sound is reeds. And the reeds did come in, and the reeds are made by the same company that makes my mouthpiece. And so these are gonna be your 2.5s, and we're gonna pass these out and let you guys try out to see if since you've been playing for almost 10 weeks, you've been playing 10 weeks on the number 2 reeds, I think it's time to move up to a 2.5. And I think we're gonna try these, and I hope they actually work out. And so if these work out, I'm gonna order a bunch of these for you guys, and then we'll be able to move forward with that. But these are the reeds. These are 2.5s, and these are 3s. 3s I know is gonna be way too hard, but because the 3s are for me, and I will be playing the 3s, you guys should be playing about the 2.5s. So we'll see. We're gonna test them out on Monday and videotape that, and then we'll see how that works. So that's the important thing. 2 key elements about sound for saxophone is the mouthpiece and reeds. Then horn is probably the next thing. But for the most important thing is that mouthpiece and reed. So let's get that thing together, and then we'll see how that goes. Again, the concert was amazing, but now it's time to press forward and see what we're going to be doing. What we learned in the concert this first 10 weeks, we learned a bunch of notes. Let's see, we learned the chromatic scale. We learned long tones. The tenor, Jaden, you learned the C major scale. Alto players, you learn the G major scale, which is from low G to high G with the F sharp. Jaden, that would be from middle C to high C with no sharps and flats. And you guys did really well with that, and all of that was just fantastic. So what my goal is for you now is to add to that. So by the end of when we get ready to leave, I expect for you guys to know 4 scales by memory, and we'll start doing that. And the chromatic scale from the bottom of your horn to the top of your horn, and 4 scales by memory. And we're gonna probably, of course, learn some other tunes. But another part of sound is what you practice. So first of all, about practice, we do know that slow practice is the best practice. So you don't need to practice necessarily like this. You don't necessarily need to practice like that. What you need to practice is and you want to keep it slow to get the best sound you can. And then once you get the sound correct at a slow speed, then we start speeding up little by little, and then we can go back to that. So we don't necessarily have to start that way. Not necessarily, we won't start that way. So what we're going to do now, another way we're going to concentrate on sound coming up, and we're going to be playing the music from a saxophone quartet. So that way you have to listen to each other and you have to listen to sound. So what I want you to do this weekend, those of you that have your horns and are practicing this weekend, concentrate really on long tones. Do long tones over the chromatic scale. And if you need a copy of the chromatic scale, you can Google the chromatic scale. Just put in chromatic scale for alto saxophone or chromatic scale for tenor saxophone, and they're all the same. There's only really one kind of chromatic scale. You can start wherever you want, because you know the two characteristics of a chromatic scale is it has no beginning and no resolution, and you can start anywhere and end anywhere. So it doesn't matter what note you start on, whatever note you're comfortable starting on. So if you start on a low F, then go up to high F. If you start on low E, go up to high E. Go up as far as you can chromatically, and look in the back of the book for the fingering if you need to figure out the fingering. Do not worry about the palm keys right now. I don't want you to worry about anything over D. If you get up to the high D on the palm key, really, really great, but do not go over that yet, because that's just, the sound is not ready for that. So, and you can go as low as you want. Try to get down to the low B flat, and that's the stuff we're gonna really start working on and making sure you get that. And the mouthpiece, better mouthpiece, is going to help you achieve that high register and that low register better. And better reeds will help you do the same thing. But let's do that, and let's look forward to this week coming up. So the new music that we'll be getting, we'll be starting to learn this saxophone quartet music, and I'm trying to get it this week. But while we're waiting on the music to come in, we will be going through the book. So we will be looking at particularly, I think, number 84 in your book. Let me just double check that before I get off. I think it's number 84 that I want you to take a look at. So that, if you guys have your horns this week, take a look at number 89. Number 89. And it's pretty easy, but what it is for sound. It's for tone and technique. It's a daily warm-up for tone and technique. So I will be going over this, especially number 89. It's really easy. And notice that it's the time signature is 3, not 4/4. It's 3/4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let me play it. Let me see. Can I play it really quick? And just to show you the sound. So this is not going to be in your pitch. This is just, this is in a flute pitch. So listen. Let me play it again. And even if you play it slower than that, it would make me pretty much happy if you went. So that's number 89. That's what we're going to be working on, and that's going to help our tone. And listen to that, play that. That's going to be probably the number one thing we practice with long tones. That's a proper long tone exercise. And if you read at the top of the page where it says it's a daily warm-up, it's a workout for tones and techniques. So that whole thing, 86 through 89, is where we're going to be practicing a lot out of next. Okay. The other part of the book, we're gonna be going over that stuff too. But if I get you going on 86 through 89, as we move with the ensemble you'll know that it's the ensemble is this will make the ensemble stuff really, really easy for you. But our biggest thing is sound, and then we're going to move into technique. And once we leave technique, we'll start applying more songs. We're going to do a bit more classical music, so that's going to help your tone a whole lot. And then we're going to apply what we learned in the classical music to a jazz format, and then you'll be equipped to play both art forms, and you wouldn't just have to play just one. So that's all I'm going to give you today. Listen, thank you for hanging around. Thank you for watching the whole thing. I appreciate you watching the videos. I make them with love to help you guys out. Sloey, fantastic job this past week. Jaden, fantastic job. Shiloh, fantastic job. And also, we love having Josh back into the saxophone group. And I think there's going to be one more person added to the saxophone group this week. So look out for that too. So it's going to be, instead of a posse of 4, we're probably going to move to a posse of 5 for the saxophone group. So with all that said, listen, have a great weekend. Practice hard. Slow practice is the best practice. And I'll see you around like a donut.